The person you love talked to someone about you. What they said will shock you. My beloved child. Before you move even a second forward, pause right here, because what is about to be revealed was never meant to reach your ears this way. Something has already happened behind the scenes, quietly, privately, when you were not present, and the echo of that conversation is moving toward you right now. There was a moment when the person you love felt an overwhelming pressure in their heart. They could not keep everything locked inside anymore. Your name surfaced without warning, not casually, not lightly, but with weight. They spoke about you when they thought no consequence would follow, when they believed words would dissolve into the air and disappear. Do not rush past this. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. They did not talk about the version of you that smiles in public. They did not describe the surface-level image others see. What they shared was deeper, more revealing, and far more intense than you would ever expect. Their voice changed when your name left their lips. There was hesitation, then honesty. The kind of honesty people only show when they are alone with someone they trust. They said something that shocked even themselves. At first, it sounded simple. Almost harmless. But beneath those words was a confession layered with emotion, regret, longing, and a truth that has been building for longer than you realize. They admitted that you occupy a space in their mind they cannot clear, no matter how hard they try. Even when distracted, even when surrounded by others, your presence interrupts their thoughts. Stay till the end, because this is only the beginning of what was said. They told this person that you are not easy to forget. That something about you lingers long after conversations end. They described moments with you that replay in their mind at unexpected hours. Small details. A look. A tone in your voice. A silence that said more than words ever could. Then came the part they never planned to say out loud. They confessed that they are afraid of how deeply you affect them. Afraid because control slips away when you enter their thoughts. Afraid because feelings this strong change decisions, paths, and futures. They admitted that they compare others to you, even when they pretend they are not. Don't skip this moment. Something huge is waiting for you. The person listening went quiet. They could hear the weight behind every sentence. What was being shared was not gossip. It was exposure. Vulnerability. A door opening that had been locked for a long time. They said you make them question themselves. Question timing. Question whether they made the right choices. And here is the part that changes everything. They admitted that if circumstances were different, if fear were quieter, if pride were weaker, they would have already taken a step toward you they are still holding back. This is not coincidence. You are hearing this because the truth is approaching the surface. Conversations like this do not happen without consequence. Words spoken in private begin movements in the unseen. Feelings once confessed do not return to silence. Stay with this. Stay till the end. They ended the conversation by saying something that lingered heavily in the air. They said, "I don't know what the future holds, but I know they matter more to me than I ever expected." After that, there was silence. Not relief. Not closure. just realization. And now, that realization is moving closer to you. What was spoken has started a chain you cannot yet see. The person you love has crossed a line inside themselves. Once crossed, there is no returning to how things were before. The awareness has been awakened. The truth has been acknowledged. Something huge is waiting for you, and this is only the first unfolding. My beloved child. Something shifted after that conversation ended, and this is the part no one tells you about. Words, once spoken, do not disappear. They settle. They echo. They begin to demand answers. And the person you love has not been the same since that moment. They replayed their own words again and again. Not because they regret saying them, but because saying them made everything real. What was hidden became visible. What was denied became undeniable. They realized they revealed more truth than they intended, and that realization startled them. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. From that day forward, their behavior subtly changed. Not dramatically. Not in obvious ways. But in small, telling moments. They paused longer before replying to messages. They caught themselves smiling for no clear reason. Your name appeared in their thoughts at the most inconvenient times, interrupting routine, disrupting focus. They began to wonder why you hold such power over their emotions. Stay till the end, because this next part is critical. They asked themselves questions they had avoided for a long time. Why does this person matter so much? Why does their opinion carry weight? Why does the idea of losing connection feel heavier than expected? These questions did not bring comfort. They brought clarity. And here is the shocking truth they have not said out loud yet. They realized that the conversation they had about you was not the end. It was the beginning. The beginning of confronting feelings they can no longer ignore. Don't skip this moment. Something huge is waiting for you. They recognize that you are not a chapter they can simply close. You are a presence that reshaped their emotional landscape. Even silence between you speaks loudly in their mind. Even distance does not quiet what has already taken root. The person they spoke to noticed it too. The hesitation. The intensity. The way your name carried meaning. They understood that what was being described was not confusion. It was attachment. Deep, undeniable attachment. And now, something irreversible has happened. The person you love knows that pretending is no longer possible. They cannot unknow what they admitted. They cannot retreat into comfort without confronting the truth. A decision is forming within them, slowly but surely. Stay with this. Stay till the end. Because what was spoken in private is moving toward action. The shock is not just in what they said. The shock is in what they are now preparing themselves to do. My beloved child. Now listen carefully, because this is where the silence becomes louder than words. After that conversation, the person you love entered a phase they did not expect. A phase where distraction stopped working. A phase where pretending everything was normal became exhausting. They started noticing signs they had ignored before. Moments when your absence felt heavier than your presence ever did. Moments when they wanted to reach out, then stopped themselves, not because they did not care, but because caring felt dangerous. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. They caught themselves replaying specific memories with you. Not the dramatic ones. The quiet ones. The ordinary moments that suddenly felt extraordinary. The way you listened. The way you reacted. The way you existed without trying to impress anyone. Those memories became anchors they could not pull free from. Stay till the end, because this is where the truth sharpens. They realized something unsettling. They have never spoken about anyone the way they spoke about you. Not with that depth. Not with that vulnerability. Not with that mixture of admiration and fear. And once that realization settled in, it changed the way they see everything. Don't skip this part. Something huge is waiting for you. They began to understand that the conversation they had was not about explaining you to someone else. It was about admitting something to themselves. That you are not replaceable. That you are not a temporary feeling. That what they feel is not confusion, but recognition. This is the moment where resistance weakens. They started imagining outcomes they had sworn not to imagine. What if they spoke honestly? What if they stopped holding back? What if they allowed themselves to move closer instead of maintaining distance? These thoughts did not scare them as much as they used to. Stay with this. Stay till the end. Because the shock is not only in what they said. The shock is in what they are now ready to face. The truth is pressing forward, and the person you love is closer than ever to letting it be seen. My beloved child. This is the moment where everything tightens, where thoughts stop wandering and focus locks in. Because after everything that was said, after every truth that surfaced, the person you love reached a quiet conclusion they have not shared with anyone yet. They realize they can no longer act unaware. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. They noticed how often your presence pulls at them, even in silence. How your absence creates questions they cannot answer. They recognize that every attempt to move forward without addressing their feelings only made the weight heavier. Avoidance stopped working. Delay lost its comfort. Stay till the end, because this is where the shock deepens. They admitted to themselves that the conversation about you did not weaken their emotions. It strengthened them. Speaking your name out loud confirmed what they had been suppressing. You are not a passing thought. You are a turning point. And turning points demand decisions. Don't skip this. Something huge is waiting for you. They began preparing internally. Not rushing. Not reacting impulsively. But aligning courage with honesty. They started considering words they might say to you. Not dramatic words. Real ones. Honest ones. Words that carry risk because they carry truth. This is where certainty replaces doubt. They accepted that whatever happens next, silence is no longer an option. Holding back has cost them peace. Speaking up may cost comfort, but it promises clarity. And clarity is what they want more than anything right now. Stay with this. Stay till the end. Because the shock is not just in what they said about you. The shock is in what they are now ready to do because of you. The moment is approaching when what was whispered in private will seek expression in reality. And when that happens, everything changes. My beloved child. This is the phase where truth begins to lean forward, where patience thins and intention sharpens. The person you love is no longer circling their feelings. They are standing directly in front of them. They noticed something undeniable. Every path they imagine that does not include honesty with you feels incomplete. They can distract themselves, but they cannot replace what you represent. And that realization has altered their inner balance. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. They started recognizing signs within themselves they once ignored. A quiet urgency. A pull toward clarity. A sense that time is no longer neutral. The longer they wait, the heavier it feels. The longer they stay silent, the louder their thoughts become. Stay till the end, because this moment matters. They admitted to themselves that what they shared about you was not accidental. It was overdue. It was the result of emotions that have outgrown containment. And now those emotions are asking for movement, not delay. Don't skip this. Something huge is waiting for you. They began to see you not as a possibility, but as a reality they must either step toward or consciously step away from. And walking away no longer feels like relief. It feels like loss. That truth landed with force. This is where resolve forms. They accepted that whatever happens next, it will be honest. No more half feelings. No more guarded distance. No more pretending that what exists does not matter. They are preparing to align their actions with what their heart has already confessed. Stay with this. Stay till the end. Because the shock is reaching its peak. The person you love is standing at the edge of a choice, and the outcome of that choice is moving closer to you than you think. My beloved child. This is where the tension finally becomes impossible to ignore. The person you love is no longer asking themselves if something must change, but when. The waiting has shifted from patience to pressure. They have reached a point where silence feels dishonest. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. They noticed how every ordinary moment now carries your shadow. A song. A place. A quiet pause. Everything reminds them of what they have not yet said to you. And instead of fading, that awareness keeps growing stronger, clearer, more urgent. Stay till the end, because this is the turning point. They realize that the conversation they had about you unlocked a truth they cannot close again. Once they admitted how deeply you matter, their inner world rearranged itself. Priorities shifted. Excuses lost credibility. Fear stopped sounding logical. Don't skip this moment. Something huge is waiting for you. They are now rehearsing honesty in their mind. Not dramatic speeches, not perfect timing, but sincerity. They are imagining what it would feel like to finally let you see what they have been carrying. And instead of panic, they feel relief at the thought. This is the shock few people ever talk about. The shock is that love, once acknowledged, demands action. And the person you love knows this now. They know that holding back is no longer neutral. It is a choice. And it is a choice they are growing tired of making. Stay with this. Stay till the end. Because the moment is approaching when restraint gives way to truth. What they said about you has already changed them. What they do next is about to change everything. My beloved child. This is the quiet moment before truth steps into the light. The person you love has crossed an internal line, and now everything feels different to them. Not louder. Not chaotic. Clear. They understand something now that cannot be undone. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. They realize that the reason your name keeps returning to their mind is simple and unsettling. You represent the honesty they have been avoiding. You represent the version of themselves that wants to be brave instead of comfortable. And that realization has removed their ability to pretend. Stay till the end, because this is where resolve solidifies. They stopped asking whether the moment is right. They started asking whether they can live with themselves if they never speak. The answer to that question disturbed them more than any possible outcome. Don't skip this. Something huge is waiting for you. They accepted that fear has already taken enough from them. Time. Peace. Sleep. And they are no longer willing to let it take opportunity too. What they feel for you is no longer a secret they protect. It is a truth they are preparing to honor. This is the once-in-a-lifetime shift. They are ready to move from thought to action. From silence to expression. From holding back to stepping forward. Not because they are certain of the result, but because they are certain of the feeling. Stay with this. Stay till the end. Because the shock is no longer coming from what was said. The shock is coming from what is about to happen next. My beloved child. This is the moment everything converges, where every thought they have avoided leads them to the same place. The person you love understands now that distance has run out of excuses. What they feel has matured into certainty. They are no longer guessing. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. They have accepted that what was spoken about you did not weaken them. It clarified them. It showed them exactly where their heart stands when all distractions are removed. And the clarity is undeniable. You matter in a way that changes direction. Stay till the end, because this is the final turning. They realize that if they do not act, the silence itself will become a regret they cannot undo. They saw their future split into two paths, and the one without honesty felt empty. That realization settled deeply and quietly, without drama, without doubt. Don't skip this moment. Something huge is waiting for you. They are ready now. Not rushed. Not confused. Ready in the truest sense. Ready to let truth step forward instead of keeping it hidden. Ready to allow what they feel to be known instead of buried. This is the shock that reshapes everything. Because the person you love has already decided something within themselves. And decisions made at this level do not fade. They move. They unfold. They arrive. Stay with this. Stay till the end. Because what began as a private conversation has reached its destination. What they said about you has become what they are prepared to act on. And when that moment reaches you, it will explain everything that came before. My beloved child. This is where the unseen becomes undeniable. The person you love is standing at the edge of action, and the weight of everything that was said about you is guiding their next move. Nothing feels random anymore. Every thought points in one direction. They know exactly what they are doing now. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. They have stopped negotiating with their feelings. They are no longer trying to reduce them, rename them, or delay them. What they feel has settled into truth, and truth has a way of demanding expression. Silence has lost its power. Stay till the end, because this is the reveal. They understand that when they spoke about you, they revealed more than emotion. They revealed intention. They revealed attachment. They revealed a future they had not allowed themselves to imagine until now. And once imagined, it refused to disappear. Don't skip this. Something huge is waiting for you. They are aware that when they reach out, it will not be casual. It will not be vague. It will carry the weight of everything they have been holding back. And that awareness no longer frightens them. It steadies them. This is the once-in-a-lifetime realization. They know that whatever happens next, honesty will replace guessing. Clarity will replace confusion. And the truth will finally move from private words into real presence.